Hello everybody and welcome to my Should I on Dying Light. Dying Light is the newest game by Techland. It's a zombie survival kind of first-person game. Techland you might know from Dead Island 1 and Dead Island Riptide. They are currently not developing Dead Island 2, but this is a completely different topic and one I'm not gonna talk about today. I'm gonna focus on Dying Light, these names, seriously. And let's get right into the options menu, just for a quick overview. And what do we have here? Very basic, very regular options, and this one. So the field of view in the game, the default field of view, is a bit narrow, and I'm glad that they actually included a FOV slider. Works great, nothing to nag about. Everything else is run-of-the-mill stuff. You got your volume options, speech, SFX, enable hints. I'm gonna leave them on for the purpose of this video, so as for you guys to see get as much info as possible. Swap weapons is haven't tried it yet, no idea what it actually does. One short mention, I would have liked for this to have a very its own, like the subtitles and the volume sliders to have their own options selector here, but that's a minor issue. The options, so I am currently playing with mouse and keyboard. I haven't tried the controller at all, and it works fine. There's nothing to worry about. A few things are a bit off, but they don't what I like is that they don't focus too many options on the same button, at least not with the key bindings. So take a quick look. There is some overlap, of course, which you will always find, but in general most of this is bound to one key, and I really like that. You can select your specific weapon, you can select your specific equipment. I haven't assigned it yet because there is a radial menu, which it works. Let's put it like this. Player menu. Let's see what it does. Okay. No idea actually, because everything else is your run-of-the-mill RPG kind of stuff. And yeah, that's all there is. You have this hunter here, which I will get to in a second. Oh no. Back. Vote for kick. Oh, I think I okay. So back to this one. So yeah, everything's very basic online. Again, nothing specific. You can change whether you are on a public, on a private, or on a friends only match or a LAN match, which I found very curious in this time and age. But yeah, why not? Why not include stuff like that? I'm grateful for stuff like that. I will talk about the multiplayer in a second though, so not much to see here. And please just, I'm gonna keep this on single player for now, so that other people don't bother me. Now this is the most important part for you guys if you're playing on a computer, the video options. Now in all honesty, I had to turn a lot of stuff down. This I turned off because I'm not really big into motion blur. Anti-aliasing, no idea which one they're using. I doubt it's FXAA because it runs rather smoothly. The view distance is very short. I didn't even realize that. It's not gonna look great on my system. They are still very much working on the optimization, and I have to say it works. I don't get any hardcore drops. Playing with 60 FPS is perfectly fine, but sorry, I don't really get a feel for what is how much it impacts. I've heard from several outlets that texture quality is the one that mostly drops FPS. Everything else seems to be minor. So might do a comparison later in the video, or might cut one in. So extras, not much to see here. Personal statistics. So I've been playing for about 8 hours. That is including breaks. I think it still counts time when I'm in the menu. So the Steam told me it's about 12 hours, so I spent about 4 hours not doing anything. for various reasons. And I've played some time in co-op, not too much, but I think in more than enough to get a feel for it. And this, let's see if I can see it from here. No, I think it's in the credits. I don't care. I think it's in the play campaign. So I've been playing for about 8 hours, and I've only managed 15% of the story and 21% of the total game. That includes challenges and side quests, so there is a lot of stuff to do. My current level is 9, 9, 10. You have an idea what that means. I'm going to explain that later. So first and foremost, there is a lot of stuff to do, and I will show you what this game is about right now. One thing I like about Dying Light is that the loading times. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for interrupting me. That, by the way, the very rough, brown-haired American is called Crane. The story isn't too interesting. I'm not even gonna touch that. It's your everyday guy gets sent into a danger zone and tries to save the world. You have a corrupt supervisor, or he sounds rather corrupt. I don't know. It's not really interesting to me, at least. Maybe other people find it interesting. But I'm going to show you some of the actual world, some of the gameplay, which is a lot more interesting. So what I wanted to, what I wanted to say is that the loading times in this game are awesome, just splendid. Just splendid. They're really short. I usually don't have to wait for more than 5 to 10 seconds. And yeah, again, the texture quality not too great. It looks a bit at parts, but it works for now. It works fine. They're still working on the optimization, like I said. So this is something we will have to wait for. That they. Oh no, I think I went upstairs. I didn't want to go upstairs. So what happens is that you get dropped off in Haran, where the Olympic Games were supposed to... Jesus Christ, Crane, shut the hell up. Where the Olympic Games were supposed to be, and there's a zombie outbreak. That's all there is to the story. The rest is intrigue. You're supposed to kill or find some info. I really don't remember. And oh, it's raining. That's nice. So you're supposed to find a file that some used to be psychopath has, and I really don't care too much. This game is mainly about this one thing, and it's zombie slaying. So right from the start, you're going to see a lot of violence. So if you're a bit queasy with that, you might, just listen. So this game is a zombie slayer game. It's not a survival game per se. There is a survival aspect to it. You can craft stuff. You have to find a way to survive all of this. And dealing with a lot of zombies, unlike right now, is usually really hard. So it's a spectacular. It's a violent spectacular. Whoa! Why is he? Oh, so he's So I'm searching the corpses for obvious reasons. Like I said, it's also about survival. There's a crafting part to this game, and the most interesting thing is what you just saw, is the free running. So there's a big trend, of course, in AAA games right now with free running. We've seen it in the last 50,000 years with the 15th iteration of Assassin's Creed. I think they're they're going on with part 17. I don't know. And Mirror's Edge was the first game that did a first-person, if I'm correct, the first-person free runner thing, and Dying Light is a great successor for that. The free running animations, the feel is awesome. It's just great. Sometimes you get some glitches like what you just saw with the free running, but all in all, it just works great. You can jump anywhere. You can climb almost anywhere, and if you can climb up, if it's, for example, if this window is okay, it's not close, you can just jump in. It feels really great, and I'm really surprised that they pulled it off that well, because Dead Island 1, if you remember correctly, did suffer from a lot of major glitches, major crashes and everything. This one does have some similar problems, but mostly it works great, it works good. As you see, my FPS isn't dropping too hard. I don't have a counter on right now, but it's obvious that it's not running at a very low frame rate, and it just, yeah. So the free running, great addition to the game. At the very beginning it is a bit clunky. That's because your character has to improve his skills, and since we're in a safe zone, I might as well show you that off. So gonna go in here. This is the skills menu. Every time you fight somebody, every time you do some free running, every time you do survival tasks, you get skills, and they are specific skills, XP I mean, for the corresponding tree. This is the survivor tree. You get different skills going from survival starter kit, where you get the ability to craft anything at all, improving inventory, which is kind of boring, improved haggling and bartering skills, kind of boring, but then you get to you learn different how to craft different items, improve certain things, create your own camouflage out of dead zombies. So as the game improves, and I haven't gotten to the grappling hood. I've heard great things about it, really want to give it a try, but I'm currently only at level 9, not level 12, so gonna have to wait for that. The survivor skill, in my opinion, honestly, is the most boring one, because it doesn't really improve too much of the gameplay. So learned how to use blueprints more, stuff like that. That's very passive. Most of this is passive stuff. So let's look at the next skill tree, which is a lot more interesting. So this is the agility skill tree, which refers to everything that has to do with free running. You get dodge in the beginning, a free running adept, expert, and then the ultimate runner, which are the main things you should improve. And then there's stuff like leg breaker, where you can execute a kick while sliding. So this is another skill while sliding, and you can break the zombie's legs. It just feels good. You can vault on zombies. You can drop kick. It's just great fun. The agility skill has some awesome things. I'll get to. I really want to get tackle as the next one. You can improve your escape skill when you get grabbed by zombies. All of that stuff. Interestingly, as is trend right now, the zombies are never referred to as zombies. They're either infected, volatiles, bombers, so they have very specific names for them, but never zombies. I really don't care. It's just wanted to mention that. This one is one of the passive skills. Again, not too interesting, but all in all, you have some great stuff here. Allows you to run on... Oh, I didn't even know about that one. I didn't check every skill before because I like to be surprised. Now I spoil it for myself and you. Sucks to be us. This is the power skill tree. Again, very some boring stuff like improved health, but also you can kick stun. You get regular stuns, which show you the bone structure of your enemies when you manage to stun somebody. It's a nice effect. It's a nice touch and good feedback, just to show you if you actually stun somebody or not, apart from then standing around and doing nothing. You get multi-throw. You can throw melee weapons. I don't use that. I didn't use that too much in Dead Island, so I didn't care about it here, but I don't know whether it's useful. You had a power attack and the drop attack I haven't unlocked yet. It sounds really cool. Is if you jump on somebody, yeah, it's a drop attack. The name kind of gives it away. So this is all there is to the skills. This is the inventory, and this is one of my personal major gripes with the game. Whenever you want to change a weapon that is broken and you don't want to repair it for whatever reason because it takes so much time, you can do it in the inventory. I'm gonna go out of the inventory real quick, show you the radial menu. Mentioned it earlier. It's not too interesting. It's just a radial menu with 4 weapon slots. 4 is nicer than 2, so that's good. And you get the equipment radial slot, where you can again switch through your weapons and equipment. Firecrackers. This is basic equipment. I really don't want to spoil too much about that. there's not much to spoil on the other hand. So what you have, however, let's go back in here, is the inventory. And the inventory is... So yeah, if you want to change the weapon, I would have liked to use basic drag and drop. Just pull this, take this, and if you hear me clicking, you can see it doesn't work. Let's see this one. Might as well, brick hammer sucks. I'm gonna destroy it, destroy this one because I don't like the brick hammer. And the pry bar. Let's say I want to change the pry bar with the handyman's hatchet because this one is currently broken, and I would have to repair it, which uses one of my repairs. And usually you can only repair your weapons only 3 times. I haven't seen anything that you can repair more often. So there might be stuff, there might be a passive skill that improves that, but you can, so far from what I've seen, only repair your weapons 3 times. So if I want to change this pry bar with my hatchet, instead of just drag and drop, I have to double click it and click over there. Now that doesn't sound too horrible. However, sometimes the double clicking doesn't really work, or sometimes you click too often. For example, when you're in a hurry and then you don't realize that the weapon isn't, like, you're not changing it. So you just click over there and then you click again and then you click, and so it's not horrible, it's just tedious. They could have improved that a bit. Again, drag and drop, it's not too hard. They could have just yeah, I'm nitpicking. I know I'm nitpicking, but considering that the menu in general it does work with mouse, that's great, and it works perfectly fine with the mouse. And though it's supposed to work, it's designed with controller in hand, it works great with mouse. And just this one small detail I really would have liked. So this is the map of the game, and considering that you don't have any fast travel points, it feels really big. It doesn't feel too memorable though. I couldn't tell you, unlike in other games, for example Grand Theft Auto 4 or I don't know, maybe Just Cause in parts at least. I couldn't tell you just from standing around, from taking a look around, where exactly I am. So you have this map, and it tells me that I'm in the slums. But in all honesty, to me, each part of this town looks similar to every other part of this town. So yeah, I mean, it's a problem with open world games where you have to either do it brilliantly or it just feels a bit off. My frame rate seems to be dropping a bit. Makes sense, there are a lot of zombies over there, and this was one of the more interesting parts with the zombies. So these are your everyday regular zombies, really weak. Some of them do stink. I guess that's poison damage. It's not explained inside of the game. So yeah, they just mostly stand around unless you actually attack them. This one is interesting. You see the propane tank on his back. If I actually hit it, he flies around and explodes. Airdrop stolen, one of the side quests where there is an airdrop close by that I could have looted, because this game is very much about loot. Oh, and I haven't shown that actually. I'm gonna do that in a second. And gonna get closer. This guy, he's one of the goons, if I'm correctly, and he uses a double-handed weapon, which is really impressive, and he's very, very dangerous. In the early game, as time moves on, as time progresses, he isn't. And you might hear a voice. There's this guy who's being attacked by zombies, and I'm going to help him. Bye. Yeah, so helping out guys, random strangers on the street, killing zombies, gives you survivor points, and it's the only way to actually get survivor points, which I personally find, though it makes sense, it's a bit tedious because they are the slowest to to acquire. So it takes though you get a lot through doing a mission or just killing some zombies and finishing side quests, recovering airdrops, you get like 1,000 to 500 survivor points. But for example, when you do free running, you see on the top you get 13 points, but you get them constantly, 13, 22, and so the survivor points, they do improve very slowly. Yes, glitches like that. It's not too bad. It makes sense with a game of this size. It's just immersion breaking. I'm not big into immersion anyway, so I don't care too much. So these survivor points, they're just a bit not a big fan of them, of how they are distributed, but that's just a minor issue. Lockpicking. This game has a lot of systems and a lot of minor game mechanics. Lockpicking, this might remind you of another game series. Can't exactly put my finger on it. And in these you find, oh, a simple hatchet. That one looks good. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the game. Now the rest is details, and very important details. So far I've only been playing in daytime, at least in this video. Yeah, come on, get on your knees. Yeah, thank you. Which I kind of funny detail. You get some Monty Python's Dead Night moments with zombies when you hack off their arms and they just stand around and try to bite you. It looks very funny. That might sound kind of cruel, but in the end they are infected, excuse me, not zombies, they're infected. So yeah, basically the game is about running around and killing stuff. Now, is it any good? Is it good? How does it feel? In all honesty, feels really good. In the very beginning you mostly get blunt weapons, so and you need about 10 to 15 strikes to actually kill an infected. Wow. Stuff like that happens more often than you'd think, where you suddenly get attacked or assaulted by a zombie without actually witnessing it, because yeah, there are a lot of zombies here. So yeah, you walk around, kill zombies, and it just feels good. The combat is mostly pressing the left mouse button. You can do drop kicks, as you've seen earlier. You can vault over enemies. All of that is there, but the actual combat, it just feels more fleshed out than Dead Island's zombie combat. That is also because it's not melee weapon specific. So there are ranged weapons. They are okay. They're not great. I think they intentionally yeah, this is one of the notifications. It's getting dark soon, and this is great because I really want to show you about the night gameplay in the game. So yeah, the game is mostly about melee weapons, and it's not blunt weapons versus sharp weapons anymore. It's just melee weapons versus melee weapons, or let's say melee weapons versus, ooh, what the hell. So yeah, Olympic Games. He does look like a Olympic runner. It's mostly about melee weapons and ranged weapons. Ranged weapons, I've only found this one rifle so far, and I got it through a side quest. It handled pretty well, but I only had like 9 shots. I've wasted them, and that's all there is to it. Not much I can say about the guns, because I haven't actually found any other. There is a side quest, one of the very first side quests you get, where you're supposed to bring a gun to a guy. Still haven't finished it. Still haven't found a gun, only this rifle. And oh, the frame rate is dropping right now. Yeah, it works. Maybe it doesn't work great, but it works. And yeah, I can't say that frame rate doesn't matter, because it matters to me. I like being in control all the time, and especially with games where you're sometimes attacked from behind and you have to react quickly. Yeah, it's important to be in control all the time, and sometimes I feel like it lags where it shouldn't. So that's one of the bigger issues, that the optimization isn't too great. I can't say that I have the biggest rig, but my 970 GT and my CPU should be able to handle this at 60 at least, because for whatever reason I can run Assassin's Creed Unity on a decent frame rate, for whatever reason. Don't ask me why. I've heard many things about it, horrible things, but yeah, the fact that this doesn't run as equally as good is kind of depressing. So let's just wait for the night. Let's see if I do a jump cut here, but I doubt it. So yeah, it should become night in a second or two. I'm just gonna look for a safe house. So yeah, I'm just gonna force this. But the gameplay, again, it just feels good. I'm heavily surprised. I was kind of worried because Techland aren't, let's say, they are kind of like Bethesda, where they just throw out a game and it works barely. Like, they make it work, but there still are a lot of problems to it. And with this one, so far, I haven't found anything horrible. So let's wait until night. Now, the difference between night and day, as you've seen so far, I've been able to survive without too many problems. I'm not too strong yet, but I'm not too weak either. So what happens is at night is that you're, as you saw right then, you get twice the skill points for any action. So twice the skill points for killing and hitting zombies. I think I heard something. Oh jeez, no. And twice the skill points for doing free running stuff. And I think one of the volatiles saw me and oh jeez. Oh no. This is what makes the game really interesting, and this is what turns it into an actual survival kind of game. I'm gonna turn off my no. Oh jeez. Oh freaking hell. Okay. Yeah, that was my bad. In all honesty, that was bad. So yeah, the loading time's really quick, barely a couple of seconds long. So at night, the zombies don't get necessarily too strong, but what happens is that you get to meet the very, very friendly and very agile volatile, and they are an interesting pain in the ass. UV light. Here we go. So what they do is first of all, they are able to free run. Second, they hunt you, and they don't stop unless they don't see you anymore. I think one of them's over. Oh, jeez, I think he saw me. Oh, yeah, he saw me. He definitely saw me. And yeah, now I'm gonna run because I can't fight them. And this is great. It just feels great. Being hunted by one of them is just a great experience. It's nerve-wracking. The first time I had to run away, you have to unlock stuff like that. Of course, story. It's behind story walls. What the hell happened to this guy? Is he dead? I think he's dead. Can I loot them? Yeah, I can loot him. That's awesome. Never even seen a dead one. Oh no. So yeah, you really actually run away a lot from them because they are deadly as frig as all hell, and it's kind of nerve-wracking. Now, right now I'm playing with the lights on in my bedroom, so oh jeez. Did it work? I think I turned on the light. Yeah, it didn't work. Oh my god! Oh, this isn't supposed to happen. So usually, oh god, maybe I can. Oh, if I make it to this place, I'm safe. Please. So it's really right. What I wanted to say that right now I have the lights turned on. I played this in the middle of the night, and it is very different. It is a lot different to playing in broad daylight. There is a certain tension to it that you usually don't get with these kind of games where it's it's an open world game, but this is very intense. And the night sections, so you can decide to just sleep them out, just sleep through them. Oh no! Oh god, I can barely see him. Yeah, you fucker. Get off. No, not good. So yeah, that's how they look close in close quarters. So yeah, this is the game. Died twice in a first impressions video. What can I say about the game? Currently, it's I think in Europe at least it's out now, in the US as well. From what I hear, the official retail version will be out at the end of February. If thinking about that, as you might know, in Germany it is not going to release, but you can still get it through various official and recognized Austrian vendors. Now, do I recommend the game? If you're into kind of survival games with survival aspect, oh geez, not again. With the survival aspect to the game, yes, definitely. It is a lot of fun. It just feels good. Killing zombies is very gratifying. The storyline is a bit meh. It's interesting, but a bit cliche. I didn't really talk about it, just to make a quick mention of it. Oh, and I completely forgot another part, so I'm gonna have to mention that too. Yeah, the storyline is to me, it's kind of minor. It's not that it's bad. It's just, yeah, you're an American who's trying to help the locals. It's your white guy helps the impotent colored people kind of story. It's not racist. It's just boring. It's not interesting. Though I have to say, and yeah, of course, the leader of the tower is where the guys that I supposedly work for. Whilst I'm not a secret agent kind of guy, it's not really really explained what exactly I am. So the tower, of course, the boss of the tower is American, and yeah, it's I don't know. They could have gone with another one of the locals, but yeah, they didn't. Not too bad, just a bit, just a small aside. And yeah, last but not least, I'm gonna show you what I didn't show you earlier, and this is the blueprint. So you can improve you can basically improve every weapon. Let's see here, with the upgrade option. And you can insert upgrades here if you use them once. It's kind of like the system in Diablo. You use them once, you don't keep them. I would wait until the end game to use them. That's a personal thing. I've tried them out, of course I had to, but I don't really feel the need to improve any of my shitty weapons, so yeah. And you can use this, which is a lot cooler, because this you can apply as often as you want, as long as you have the according parts, and you get them easily through either the various shops you find in the game, through the quartermaster who gives out free stuff, or just by looting stuff. And this is a lot more interesting. For example, as medium toxic, if I really wanted to do this one for quite a while, but I didn't have a pry bar, like a crowbar. So yeah, you just loot stuff. On the map you do find the different herbs where you can find them, algae, stuff like that. Yeah, you just walk around and loot and loot and loot. So yeah, you have, it's kind of like, in all honesty, and finishing this video up because it's been a bit long. All in all, it is a Dead Island successor with, at least by Tagland, with free running. It feels more intense. It doesn't have a day and night cycle, which is really cool. You have to unlock that first. Again, there are some story trappings where you have to unlock stuff through the storyline. A very basic open world thing that I personally hate, but yeah, nothing I can do about it. And oh yeah, the light trap. And yeah, that's all there is to it. So yeah, I'm gonna try and kill this guy. Yeah, screw you, you fucker. Doesn't really, like I told you earlier, they are really tough. No, you don't want to do this. No, you don't want to do this either. Oh yeah, I think he just, oh shit. And I might die. So this is a perfect moment to wrap this up. Yeah, if you're into survival games, again, if you're into kind of survival games, if you're into zombie games, if you're looking for a good zombie game with a free running aspect to it, this is exactly your game. You're gonna have a lot of fun. I think it's let me think. I think 50 or 60 euro on Steam or any of the. Again, it's not freely available in Germany and some other countries. But if you get a hand on it, yeah, I think it's worth the time. It's worth the money. It's really long. As I've told you earlier, I didn't even try one of the challenges or the storylines. I walked around, I killed some stuff, and I still had fun while doing this video. So that's all I can tell you guys. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. A lot of side quests, a lot of main quests, a lot of challenges. If you're into this kind of game, you're gonna have a lot of fun. At least I did so far. With this, I'll leave you to have a nice day. heed my recommendations or don't, and go play some video games. I'm going to kill some more zombies. Oh yeah. And this I have to do. Yes! Good night, everybody. So while doing the recording, I completely forgot to talk about the multiplayer, and it's very short, to be honest, at least what I'm gonna say about it. So the thing is, you have 4-player co-op, you can play with 4 of your friends and include somebody else. You have actually 4-player co-op with 1 player playing a zombie with a specific DLC. I think it's free for everybody that bought the game. I have to say, the idea is really cool. So far I've played I think 2 very short co-op matches, as you saw on the menu very early on. The problem with this kind of game is that you usually either you have a good team, so you have a couple of guys that stick together and do their stuff and you just do whatever you're supposed to, or you don't. Playing with strangers is a bit tedious, in all honesty, because whenever you want to start a mission, you have to wait for them to come to the starting point of the mission. So the person that you have to talk to start the mission, and everybody that isn't at the starting point has the ability to fast travel. Though that's a good idea, people usually don't do it. At least that's what I've been seeing so far whenever playing multiplayer. With friends, of course, it's a different thing, but with strangers, what you usually do is you just walk around and do everything that you would have done in single player anyway. So playing with strangers, not much of a big thing. There is again the small notion of the DLC where you can play. You have this asymmetric multiplayer experience where you can play as a zombie. That is, to me, it feels a kind of OP because he has a one-hit kill. The ability to one-hit kill, whilst the survivors have to attack him with their UV lights. I don't know. Not a big fan. It's not bad, it's just I don't think there was a need for it. Apart from that, I think, again, and it doesn't work if you're one-on-one. It's something where you really need a team of good survivors to actually fight against that one zombie, because he is, again, kind of OP. Apart from that, yeah, multiplayer, it wasn't really necessary. It's nice that they included it, but it's not really necessary for a game like this. So with that, I'll finally leave you and go out. Go play some video games. Stop listening to my voice.